welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we're going to be jumping on the Wordle bandwagon. This puzzle has been recommended to us a few times since it was released, and you can see it was clearly based on Wordle. It's by the constructor Woofers for Gig. I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly. Sorry, Woofers for Gig, if that's not how you pronounce your rather strange collection of consonants, especially at the end of your pseudonym. But the puzzle's called Siren Octal Dumpy, which I approve of heartily, because actually we did make a YouTube short about the word game Wordle, where we explained, well, we thought that the best way of solving Wordle was to always guess the word siren first, then go to the word octal. Now there was some science behind that, because basically the words siren and octal contain the 10 most frequent letters in the English alphabet. So by guessing those two letters, or those two words first, you were giving yourself an awful lot of information. But Woofers for Gig has rather cleverly observed that you can add to those two guesses the word dumpy and cover 15 letters with just 3 guesses, and you get the D and the U and the Y in the third guess, all of which tend to appear if you haven't covered all 5 letters that you need with siren and octal. So very clever from Woofers for Gig. And yeah, this puzzle looks very much like my Twitter feed every day at the moment. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. I'll read you the rules of this one in just a moment. A couple of things to mention first. We've got a load of stuff going on Patreon. There's my solve of Philomeno Aquarium, which is this incredible logic puzzle by Fistamafel. So I heartily recommend that to you. We've got the solution videos for our Star Wars Sudoku hunt going live. We've got Mark's latest cryptic crossword solve, and in a few days' time we've got the quite approachable Sudoku hunt coming out on the 1st of February. So that's certainly something to look out for. Other than that, I don't think I have anything to tell you. So we should simply get on with working out what's going on in Wordle Sudoku land. Right, so the following rules apply. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. There is a secret 5-digit number. The coloured cells in a row, read left to right as a 5-digit number, represent a guess at the secret number. If a cell is green, that digit is in the secret number, and in the correct position. If a cell is yellow, that digit is in the secret number, but in the wrong position, and if the cell is grey, that digit is not in the secret number. Cells separated by a black dot must contain digits in a 1:2 ratio, and cells separated by a white dot must contain consecutive digits. Not all dots are given. So if any of you are not familiar with dots in Sudoku, let's just run through what that means. So a black dot, well, basically all we do is make sure one of these digits is double the other one. With a white dot, we make sure that they're consecutive digits. So if that was a 1, that would have to be a 2 to make sure they're consecutive. If that's a 4, this would either have to be a 5 or a 3. So just make sure your white dots are consecutive, your black dots are in the ratio of 1:2, and you're good to go. So do have a go at the puzzle though. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking, and let's see if we can get our Wordle. Well, it's going to be a numberal or something, or a digital, isn't it? This is what this game is called today. And yeah, okay. So if we know that the real... Oh no, we can start this immediately. We know that 5 is in the correct position in the first guess. So this player seems to have got the secret number identified by guess number 1, 2, 3, 4, by guess number 5. So these are all correct digits, and that 5 was correct in the first guess. So that must be 5. That must be 6. We've got white dottage going on in the bottom row, so this digit here is consecutive with 6, but it's not 5, so it must be 7. And we've almost worked out our secret number already. Yeah, okay, and I can work out my secret number, can't I? Because where do I put 3 in the bottom row now? You can't put 3 on a black dot anymore, because although it is a valid digit on a black dot, and not all digits are, but if you do put 3 on a black dot, what do you put in that cell? You've either got to put 6 in, which you can't anymore, or you've got to put 1.5 in, and that's just silly. So I think 3 has to go here. And there we go. We've worked out the answer. So, yeah, okay. And now we can go return to guess number 3 and write the 5 in there. Now we know that in guess number 2, the 7 was in the correct position. And I'm wondering whether the right strategy here is to fill in the yellow digits now, because we now know that the yellow digits were cluing the right digit in the wrong position, and we know that the digits that we're selecting from the yellow digits have got to be from 3, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So let's put those in and see if we can do any Sudoku. We can eliminate 5s from all of those, 6 and 7 from this one, 6 and 7 from this one, 7 from this one, and no, I was going to eliminate 5 from it, but I've already done that, so I better not do that twice. 5 and 6 from those, and that one can't be 7 either. And that one, in fact, let me just complete the Sudoku bit, but this one we can get. Although, that one can't be 5, I'm noticing, and these can't be 3, 7 or 9. So those have got to be a 5, 6 pair. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but let's come back to this one, because this is a yellow digit, not a green digit. Now, if this was a 9, it would be in the correct position of the secret number, and it's definitely not, because it's yellow. So it cannot be 9 and must be 3, which means that's not a 3. Whoa, not a 3, not a 3, Simon. So this is 7. Oh, yeah, okay, beautiful, right. So this digit here can't be 7 for exactly the same reason. If that's a 7, it's green, and that most certainly seems to be yellow to me, so that's 9. Can we do that a bit more? What about the first digit is a 5, so that's not useful. The fourth digit is not a 3. Well, it is a 3 in the real number, but it can't be a 3 here, therefore, because that's a yellow digit, so that's a 9. Which means that's a 3 by Sudoku. That's not 9. That's in the second position, so that can't be 6 because it's yellow. This one can't be 6 because it's yellow. And we're down to pairs on all of the guesses. And we've actually got a bit of a start on this. This makes a very pleasant change. Last few days I've had some beastly puzzles to do that have all been taking me about an hour. Well, this one might take me an hour, but if it does, I'm going to have to slow down. 1, 2, 4 and 8 into those cells by Sudoku, look. I'm wondering whether a good strategy here, I'm just going to pencil mark those cells on the bottom in the black dots, but I'm wondering whether the grey digits, because we know that the grey digits cannot be 5s, 6s, 7s, 3s or 9s, because they would have been awarded yellow or green colouring if they were in any way correct. So these digits have to be 1, 2, 4 and 8. And that was almost a quadruple in column 5, look. Almost a quadruple in box 8 as well. So this white dot can't have a 1 on it now, because if it did, it would be a 1-2 pair, because of the consecutive nature that it would need to have, and that would make all 3 of those digits have to come from just 2 different numbers, which would be nonsense. Sudoku 6 goes here, and that looks like it's on a dot. Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, so this 6, which is here because the grey cells have to be 1, 2, 4 or 8, is now consecutive not with 7, it must be consecutive with 5. So there's a 5 in one of those 2 squares, a 5 in one of these 3 squares, 3 in box 2 now, can only go in one position, and that's there, which places 7 in box 1. 7 is nearly placed in box 3 by Sudoku, so this square must be 1, 2, 4 or 8. And is that helpful? Yeah, well, that's not helpful, but we can think about where 6 needs to go in box 1. And this is good. So that's got to go there. It can't be next to 5 on its consecutive domino because 5 is above it. So 7 goes here. 7 now is in one of these 3. Well, one of the... no, 7 is on the domino. So just by Sudoku now, 7's on domino where it can't accompany 6. So this is a 7-8 pair. Whoopsie, I wanted to do central pencil marking. So that's 7-8. 7 must be in one of these 2 positions now. 3 is now in one of those 2 positions in the central box. So 3 is in one of these 3 cells. 9 we can just write into box 8. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So now 7. Where does 7 go in this box? It has to go here. 7's on a dot, can't be next to 6. So we write 8 in. And 8 can now be placed in box 7. This is now feeling generous. 1, 2, 4 into these squares. So thank you very much, Woofers for Gig, not just for giving me a tongue twister every time I have to say your pseudonym, but actually for making a puzzle that is at least tractable at the moment. 5 and 6 looking at this square, so that's got to be a 3, and that's on a dot. So that's a 2. Okay, so this cell here is a 2 or a 4 to be consecutive with 3. Now that's giving us a 1, 2, 4 triple in row 7, which means these 2 squares are 7 and 9, and we can write those in using the 7 up here. Okay, and also look, where does this digit go in box 8? Well, that digit has to go there, I think, which means that that square can't be a 1 anymore. So this is a 2 or a 4. Okay, and this is a little interesting in terms of black dottage, because this cell now cannot be a 2 or a 4. And that's because if this was a 2-4 pair, these 2 squares would be a 1-8 pair, and 1 and 8 are not in a ratio of 1 to 2 with each other. So we've got to avoid that. That's got to be a 1 or an 8. Although that doesn't actually seem to help us very much. Oh dear. Alright, so we've got to look for something else. Where shall we go now? We shall go for... I don't know. Can we do... What can we do here? Probably we've got to use one of the dots that we've not got. It's either going to be that... Oh no, Sudoku. Where does 3 go in the middle box? It's got to go there, look. So these other cells in the central box are from 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh, that's not 8. 1, 2, 4 and 5. So this is 1, 2 or 4. And these squares here are 1, 2, 4 or 5. Can we do better than that? Oh, yeah. Yes, I can actually. Have a look at this column. We can see by Sudoku the 7 has to go here, which means this square's an 8. We can get rid of 8 from those 2 squares. Now 8 can only go in one position in box 2. So is that helpful? The answer is maybe. Although I'm not sure. Can we get any more joy done? Oh yes, we can. Right, here is a nice trick. If you've ever done crop key Sudoku before, this is important. Look at this domino. Now the nature of a consecutive domino is that it must contain an even number and an odd number. That's just false because these digits are consecutive. Now look, we've got 4 odd numbers looking at this domino, so this domino must contain a 1, and this is rather good because what we can't do is put the 1 in the corner, because then both of those would have to be 2s to be consecutive, and you can't repeat 2 in the box. So that must be 1, that must be 2, and that must be 3, and that must be 7, and that must be 7, and that is gorgeous. Wow, okay, so now we've got a 4 there that's just forced, and then 8 here that's forced. So what's the missing digit? 6 has got to be here, look. 8 has got to be here by Sudoku. And now we know this triple at the bottom of box 3. So that's got to be 4, 5 and 9. We can take 4s out of these other cells, therefore. And we can take 9 out of this one. Now we can do our parity trick again. This digit here, well, this domino here has to contain an odd digit, and this digit can't be odd because it sees all of the odd numbers through that collection of digits. So the odd number must be here, which must be a 5 or a 9. So this is even and it's consecutive, and it can't be 6. So if this is a 5, this is a 4, and if this is a 9, this is an 8, and that's where we say bobbins, because that doesn't seem to be resolved, although I'm hesitating because I suspect it might be by Sudoku and I can't see how. Oh well, 4, 5, 9 there. So this last yellow digit has become a 3. The 6 up here gives us 6 and 5 in this column. So that's a little bit more progress. Now, what next, we may well ask. 9 is in the dominoes, or not in a domino, but it's in one of 2 places in box 1. 3 is not there. Oh, and 3 is not there. So this is 3. How many 3s have we got? It feels like we must have got all of them. That's good. How about 1? Oh, only 1, 1, only 1, 2. Okay, that's a silly thing to do. Right, let's start again and have a think about what is reasonable to do next. So, we could perhaps look at this row. 1s, 2s, 4. I don't really like the look of that though. These seem to be able to be 1, 2, 4 or 8. And we've almost got something going on in column 2, but not quite. So, have we missed some Sudoku? That's my suspicion. And yes, we can. We could just get 5 in here. That's 5, that's 6. 6 goes here by Sudoku, so 6 is now exactly placeable in box 6. And how do we finish this off? 8, yes. Where does 8 go in box 4? It's got to be in this domino. And that looks quite interesting for that little cell, look. So that's 4, that's now 5, because 9 is not consecutive with 4. That's 9, that's 4, that's 5. Okay, that must be helpful, surely. 8 is placeable in the box now, just using our old friend Sudoku. So we're looking to place 1s, 2s and 9s to finish this box off. So let's pencil mark that and see if we can finish this off somehow. Oh, something's gone wrong. Oh, this is a 1. No, it's not gone wrong, it's just I can't see the given 9 in the corner. So that's a 4. 1, 2 here is all done. 2, 9 here might be done, not sure. The 4 comes out of this cell, and the 4 comes out of both of those cells, but I think that we're out of dots to use, aren't we? So the rest of this ought to be just Sudoku in theory. 4 here comes out of that square. 8 at the top gives us this black dot number. 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. And okay, so that means we can get a 4, 5 pair here. So this is a 1, 2 pair. And now it might be done. I suppose this is now a 4, 8 domino. So that gives us a 2 on this dot. 4, 8 domino apparently isn't resolved. 1, 2, 4. So this is 2 or 4. No, okay. So we've still got a little bit more thinking to do. Where should we? Maybe the thinking should be done in column 3. We need 2, 4, and 9. No, that was a dreadful thought, Simon. That was entirely bad. Okay, this 1 though is useful. So 1, 2, 2, 9. So that is 4 now. and that 4 finishes the 4 and the 5 in the middle box. And surely it's now done. This is a 9, this is a 2, this is a 4. The 4 and the 8 get finished off. That should be a 2, that should be an 8. We still need a 1 in that box, therefore this should be a 1. And if I haven't made an error, that's a 9. And we can click tick. Yay! We've done the number or the Wordle, and we've done Woofers for Gigs puzzle. That is really elegant. That is a very welcome change of pace for me. Just a 20-minute solve rather than an hour solve or a 2-hour solve. But some beautiful logic. And what I loved about this was it really got involved, I suppose, in the meme that has become this strange word game that inhabits the internet world at the moment. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed that. I hope you had a go. And yeah, check out, if you're stuck on actual Wordle, have a look at the YouTube short. And yeah, we'll see you later on for another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.